Okay, I've actually shown how I make my coffee before, but perhaps if you didn't see that video previously, I like 1.5 ounces of coffee beans ground up, and this is just my little Krups grinder. So I take the beans, I grind them up, I place them in a Chemex with a wetted filter. The wetted filter kind of helps things stick. At least that's what I've been told. That's how I do it. Pour those in, take the hot water, pour it over, let it steep on through. And while that's doing, I get my other ingredients out from my bulletproof coffee. You can see them there. And there we have 1 ounce of coconut oil. There you go. And I'll be putting in 1 ounce of butter. Boom, boom, boom. There goes 1 ounce of butter. And I put in 2 tablespoons of sugar-free salted caramel syrup. I just kind of like it. So I put that in there. And then we'll go in the coffee itself, just the hot coffee that's finished steeping. And that will go into my blender. I happen to have a Vitamix, but just any blender will do, or even just stirring it up a lot will work. You don't need any special fancy equipment. So whiz that on up. I like to get it really, really frothy. So I'll have it going and turn it up to a little bit to get things kind of incorporated and emulsified. And then I'll put it on really high. So that's turning it up to high, and then I'll kind of put it on turbo just for a little bit of a second. And then you end up with a frothy, emulsified, kind of creamy coffee. And there you go. You can see the froth that comes up. And take my little favorite ceramic mug made by a local potter here. And yummy. So that makes, like 2 good-sized cups of coffee for me. And that is more than enough for breakfast. That is, several hundred calories. This is my Crystal Light. It's half lemonade, half tea. Then I ate a couple of hard-boiled eggs. There are the ingredients. Eggs, too. Duh. I'm going to show you here how to boil eggs. You would think, well, I think I know how to boil an egg. But we have fresh eggs because we have chickens. To let you know, it's different to boil fresh eggs as opposed to ones you will get in the store. The reason being, the ones in the store might be 5 weeks old. And by that time, the membrane, the very, very thin membrane on the outside of the egg, has dried out a little bit. So there's more air in the eggs themselves. And so if you took these and just kind of did them the way most people boil eggs, which is kind of bring it to a simmer, put them in the very low simmering water for 13 minutes and do it, the shell sticks to the egg, and they come up. It's bad. So what you do is you boil your water bring it up to a boil, put the eggs in when it's boiling, bring it back to a boil, let them hard boil for 15 minutes, which sounds really like a long time. But if you don't do it like that, the shells really will stick to the eggs. So, of course, you scoop them on out. You can see there's writing on my eggs because I write down the dates that the eggs were collected, just so we know which ones are fresher. And you shock them with cold water. I just take a couple of handfuls of ice and put them right into the bowl. Sometimes I'll just dump the water out of the pot and put the ice in, but I'm being more fancy today. And so throw some ice in to shock the eggs. Let them sit there until the eggs are cool enough to handle. It doesn't take long. You can wait as long as you like, actually. There's no exact amount of time. And then you can much more easily peel them. So I'll show you 2 or 3 examples of this, that it really does work. So you just kind of take them and roll them in there, and the shells just kind of really peel off easily. You don't have to fight with the shells. I don't know if you've ever done that and just feel like, ugh, and then you end up with these mangled-looking eggs, and it's irritating. So there's one. And here's another one, just to show you that it does work. Works pretty consistently. So as you can see, I'm kind of rolling it, and the shell just falls away. Very, very simple. It's like a little slip coat. And that is how you hard cook fresh eggs. It is different if you get them from the store and they're older. This would be overkill. You can find online how to cook other eggs. And there's the finished product. I like pepper, obviously. Later in the afternoon, I had my Nescafe. It is a dark and blustery day here. I felt like a afternoon pick-me-up. All the speckles on there are cinnamon. I like cinnamon in my coffee. And then I ended the day with a gin and tonic. And there's my ingredients, how I make it. And you will see there's the finished product, my G&T. And then here's the MyFitnessPal readings. You can see I stayed about 1,000 calories. And here are the macros. Today, very, very little carb. Very little carb, a lot of fat. Love it. Hey, getting ready to sign off for the day. Just a video about what I ate today. You can see the MyFitnessPal calories, fat, protein, carbohydrate list here as well. It's been a really dreary couple of days here. We're on the very, very, very outer band of the impact of Hurricane Matthew. So it's been raining here for over 2 days pretty steadily. Got kind of blustery today, a little windy, trees kind of creaking, but nothing major here. Freaked my dogs out a little bit for a little while, which is not unusual. A little bit of a different approach I was taking today. If you've seen any of my videos or read any of my writings on my blog, you know that I am trying to figure out what hunger feels like and what's different about hunger than I just feel like eating. It occurred to me that to be Freudian, I might be a little orally fixated. I just might like something to do with my mouth. So whether, it's, popping nuts into it or popcorn, like back in the day, that's what I would have been doing. Or just, do I just feel like I need to be doing something? I decided I'll keep tossing back liquids. And that was a pretty good approach for me today. I had bulletproof coffee. I had bouillon with butter in it for the first time. I thought I'd try that. Bulletproof bouillon, bulletproof broth. And I really drank a lot of Crystal Light. I mixed lemonade and iced tea. I know a lot of people are not fans of anything that has artificial sweeteners in it, and maybe at some point I'll need to give those up as well, but right now I don't feel the need to. And then ended my day with a G&T, as the Brits say. So a lot of liquid, very little. I think my only solids today were the hard-boiled eggs. So have a good one. Stay safe, stay dry. Keep your carbs under 20 grams. Moderate protein. Indulge in fats. Stick with the program. It works. Thanks a lot.